Guys, I just spent the last 3 hours at 3 different nurseries in Houston, and I am beyond excited. Look at all these gorgeous plants. OMG, this is just half of them. I'm gonna take all of them out and separate them by nursery to show you what I got here. Okay, this is my haul from Nursery in Humboldt Kingwood area. So for my front beds, I needed 3 of the original endless summer hydrangeas because I already have one up here. This one, well, it's drooping right now because it's the heat of the day, which they always kind of do that, and then they perk back up. Anyway, I'm putting 3 more here in some pots because I have too many roots. That's another story for another day. So then also from Nursery, I was so excited when I saw these. So these are Australian ferns, and they get 20 feet high when they're fully grown. But these Australian tree ferns are to die for once they are big and beautiful. I'll show you guys some pictures. I have a friend that has several of these in her yard, and gosh, they're so beautiful and tropical. And then there's this beauty. This is a variegated agave. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. The cashier told me that someone paid $200 for this at a different nursery, a specialized cactus nursery in downtown Houston, and I paid $65 for this beautiful specimen. So I love it. Okay, so this is my haul from Warren's Southern Gardens in Kingwood. I walked around there. It was my very first time there, so I walked around for well over an hour probably. They had the rose mallow hibiscus there, and I have several of these, like 10, but a couple of mine from last season really started getting eaten up when they were coming back from the winter. So I got a couple more just to replace those. And then I got some dichondra and some golden Japanese sedum, some biotone starter, microlife fertilizer, some pre-emergent for the yard, Randy Lemon's book, and a little pot. This little pot was $12. Just really quick, I wanted to show you where I'm going to be putting those rose mallow hibiscus that I bought. So these are all rose mallows, but as you can see, this tiny one that's kind of in between the sun and shade. Look at that sad little guy. I even resorted to sprinkling 7 Dust on these. I've never used 7 Dust before, but they were getting eaten so bad. Even though I was spraying BT like crazy, it didn't matter, and so I was desperate. So there's a couple more. I'm sorry, I'm in the sun, you guys. Okay, so this one and that one. But I only bought 2 more. I'm hoping this one flushes out a little bit better. So we'll see about this one. Look at this sad thing. That was a Super Tunia Vista bubble gum, guys, but it just is not like this area. I had 2 more and they completely died. I don't know if it's just too hot here. We did have a pretty big rainstorm a few days after I planted them, so I don't know. Okay, next I went to the Houston Garden Center in Kingwood, and that place is also my first time going there, and it was amazing. They have so much more stuff than our local Houston Garden Center in Atascocita, which is closest to me. So their hostas were on sale for $10, which were a lot cheaper than Warren's. So I got the Patriot one and Christmas tree. And the Christmas tree one gets like 54 inches wide, and I think this one's about 36 to 40 inches wide. Those are gonna go on the front. I got some gypsum to put in my clay soil in the back to help it to loosen up. And then these adorable ponytail palms. There's 2 in this pot, and this was 20 bucks. I thought that was really fun. I'm gonna put that in the back. Tropical garden. And then all their pots were half off, guys. So in the front, we're not technically allowed to have more than, I think, 2 or 3 pots according to our HOA guidelines. So I didn't want my pots to be like really big and obvious. So I got these shallow pots to put my hydrangeas in. And they're still deep enough for the hydrangeas that I got. So that'll be a fun project to do all those. And they were half off, and so originally they're $59.99. So I got these for $30. It is still a big investment to me. Like, buying 4 of those at $30 is really hard for me to spend that amount in one go, but I knew that those pots would be worth it. I'll be using those for many, many years, and they're still way cheaper than the majority of the ceramic pots out there. I like using the plastic ones. I've never had an issue with it. I can move it around a lot easier. The one brown one is for my tropical garden. I'm going to put my new agave in there. I just wanted to show y'all everything that I got. All these plants are going to be used in upcoming projects, and so I was just so excited. I love days like today when the kids are at their cousin's house, and so I had some free time to just go perusing through the nurseries, and it's a gorgeous day for it here in Houston. I have a lot of requests from friends and family. I'm always posting, you know, the finished product of projects that I do, and I have so many questions and people saying, oh, I wish I knew how to do that. And I always say, like, it's not that I have some special green thumb, I just have practiced and experimented with different things, and I enjoy it. I really love it so much. And so I just want to inspire people to do the same thing. And so go plant today. All right, I thought I was gonna wait until another day to do this, but I can't stare at this any longer without putting it in the garden. So I'm going to put this beautiful variegated agave into the brown low shallow pot that I bought. The reason I'm not putting it in the ground is because this area stays really wet. After we get a heavy rain, it's mostly clay soil that I haven't amended very well with gypsum yet. I'm working on it, but the agave basically needs to have the best well-draining soil possible so it won't rot. So I'm going to prevent that from happening by putting it in a little pot. Alright guys, so I had a couple of changes. I started out with the pot further forward and I had it upright, but it was so tall and weird looking amidst the shorter plants that I was like, oh no, I'm gonna move it way back here, but I still wanted it to be a focal point. And so I thought, oh, wait a minute, what if I just move it back? And I wanted to tilt it forward because it's not nearly as amazing unless you're looking at it from up top. And so naturally, agave kind of start to tilt over anyway. And so I'm great with it growing this way. I can even plant some things around the back if I want to, but I have this tractor seat plant kind of hanging over, so it kind of covers some of that back emptiness, and you can't even really see that from the front anyway. But I think it looks great in this spot. It's a beautiful variation of the different colors around it. It draws in some of this lime green from over here and the lime green from the ginger. So I really love it. Thanks for watching. I hope this inspired you to go plant today.